Welcome. If you're really ready to see change in 2025, I promise you don't want to miss this. Today, I'm going to share with you not just why we stay in toxic situations, but what do we need to tell ourselves in order to leave. I promise you, I had to leave. I could not stay. So if you're feeling stuck, and you're trying to figure out a game plan and you want your 2025 to be different, keep watching. So, if you are new to my channel, I'm Lashana Alfred. I am a licensed trauma therapist and a 5-time author. And so, as I begin to just kind of look over my life today, I'm like, you know what? I really want to share with individuals why we end up staying and why I couldn't stay. And so, however this resonate with you, whether we're talking about staying in a toxic relationship or staying on a toxic job, I promise you the steps that I'm going to share with you today is going to literally set you free. Okay, set you free. So you want to make sure you watch to the end. But number one, when we're looking at why we're staying in toxic situations, the first reason is the fear of the unknown. So whether you're staying in a toxic relationship or in a toxic job, it's something you're saying to yourself. So as a trauma therapist, one who have worked with individuals for years, helping them identify these beliefs that they're having that's actually keeping them stuck and causing change to be really, really difficult. And so I'm not the average therapist, right? What do I mean by that? I mean that I'm not one that's going to sit behind a desk and tell someone else how to get their life right. The things that I teach, the principles that I share are principles that I use in my everyday life to help me get unstuck, to help me make the decisions that I need to make in my own life. And so when we're looking at the fear of the unknown, there's a quote, I believe by Tony Robbins, and he says, when the pain of remaining the same outweighs the pain of change, then change will occur. What does that mean? Like when I get so tired of being stuck, so tired, whether it's stuck in this relationship, stuck on this job, when that thing hurts so bad, I promise you, I'm making a move. So when I say I couldn't stay, I had to leave, that's what happened. In my situation, I've experienced it on jobs and I also experienced it in relationships. And either one, nobody could have told me, get out of that relationship. Nobody could have told me, leave that job. I had to come to that within myself, right? I mean, the pain of staying in that toxic situation became greater than the unknown, right? Greater than the unknown. And then and only then was I able to make change. So the question you have to ask yourself, is the pain really great? Or am I just used to complaining? Am I literally hoping that this is going to change? Maybe you're hoping that your boss is going to change. Maybe you're hoping that your partner, your spouse is going to change. And so there's a glimpse of hope that something is going to change in this situation. And so days, weeks, months, and year go by with no change. And then eventually you realize, oh, this pain is too great. It's causing me to be emotionally and mentally sick. I can't stay here. I can't stay here. I got to get rid of the excuses. I can't stay for my kids. I can't stay because I don't know if I'm going to get another job. All the lies that we tell ourselves. And so that's number one why people stay is because they have a fear of the unknown. And so I'd rather be comfortable in the toxic situation that I'm used to, right, that I'm familiar with, than to get out here into the unknown and not want and wonder if I'll be able to make it. Well, I promise you, that's a lie. That's a lie that we tell ourselves. We begin to stay in toxic situations longer than we should because of a lie we're telling ourselves. We may not make it. Maybe it's from a financial standpoint. I won't get a better job. I won't get a better relationship. Maybe I'll just keep covering up my black eye. Maybe I keep making excuses for their behavior. And so we stay longer than we should. And so if you find yourself in that situation, I want you to, number one, we got to recognize it, because before change can occur, we got to actually recognize and come to grips that this is a problem, and really seeing how is it affecting you mentally, emotionally, physically, and ask yourself the question, am I more important than this? And then I want you to write it down. Like literally write down the things that's keeping you stuck. And what I mean by things, the lies that you may be telling yourself. And they may appear real, right? That's the thing. I want you to really understand. The things that you're telling yourself when we're in the midst of situations, it seems real. Like you may really believe you would not be able to get a better job. Right? And I want you to remind yourself that did your current employer knock on your door to get you that position that you're in now? Or did you bring value? Did you do an interview, literally was chosen because they believed that you were going to bring value to that organization? And then once you got there, they began to mistreat you and look over your value. Do you remember when you first started that relationship? And so now that level of manipulation that take place, not just in intimate relationships, but on the job as well. You literally can be being manipulated by a boss, right? What does that look like? Okay, they're constantly yelling, cussing, screaming at you. You can't seem to do anything right. And then the next day, they're giving you praise. Level of manipulation, causing you to stay a day longer, a week longer, a month longer, and a year longer. And all the while, your insides is being ate up. So if you're looking for change in 2025, you really have to take this serious. When the pain of remaining the same outweighs the pain, and I want to say outweighs the fear of change, then change will occur. I promise you, it's greater on the other side. When you recognize your worth and you understand that this is not getting any better, you'll make a change. So number one, why people stay? Fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown, right? And number two, emotional and mental manipulation. Yep, you heard me. People stay in toxic situations because of emotional and mental manipulation. And sometimes we can't even really identify it because we start questioning and second guessing ourselves. We start wondering, what did we do wrong? Can we get it right? You know, something is wrong with us. Instead of recognizing that when somebody treats another human being in a disrespectful manner, in a harsh manner, something is wrong with that person. It may not be you. Now, don't get me wrong. There may be adjustments that we all need and could potentially use in our lives, right? Like whether it's in relationships or on the job. So this is not about pretending that we're perfect, right? But it is about being able to analyze the situation and see, okay, wait, if I'm driving on the parking lot and I'm in tears and I really don't want to be there, something is wrong with this picture. If I'm nervous, anxious, filled with anxiety every time I have to get a supervision or talk to my supervisor or my boss, something is wrong with this picture. If I can't communicate with my partner about how I feel, something, my dear friend, is wrong with that picture. And so again, you want to sit back and see, what am I telling myself that's causing me to feel stuck in this situation? Is this person who's coming in and apologizing about cussing me out, about hitting me, about disrespecting me, is this person just saying that because they're buying more time, which I can't get back? Right? So every time they hit me, they disrespect me, they apologize, and then I take them back, right? In hopes that they're going to change. The next day, the next week, I realize they don't, right? So now I have to sit back and be honest with myself. I'm being emotionally and mentally manipulated. So that's number two of why people stay. Number three of why people stay is limiting beliefs. It's limiting beliefs. Literally, you would not believe how many people come into my office and feeling stuck and trapped in life, not just in relationships or in their career, but literally in life because of a limiting belief. something that they have been telling themselves since they were a child. I'm not good enough. It's my fault. I got to be perfect, right? And so we grow up trying to people please. And unfortunately, people are not going to be pleased. We have to realize that. People are not going to be pleased. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because unless people are pleased within themselves, it's nothing externally you or I would be able to do to help them appreciate us all the time. Right? So again, I could not stay. I could not stay on that job because again, and I told myself, whenever I'm driving on the parking lot and I'm in tears, whenever I have to like go in the bathroom and wipe tears from my eyes, it's time to go. And I was stayed at a situation because I believed that there were still lessons that I needed to learn. And so again, as you're listening to this, maybe you're feeling stuck on that job. And maybe it's you that's actually driving on the parking lot in tears. I want to encourage you. I need you to first of all believe that your time is coming. Make sure you understand you're not just staying there because you don't believe you have somewhere else to go, that you believe that there's some more training, some more molding that needs to take place in you, right? So you're not, easily offended or easily manipulated. I want you to take the time to learn from the experience because I promise you, before I was actually released from a particular job agency that I was working with, I had to endure a lot of hardship and it made me stronger. Yes, it actually molded me into the person I am today. People would teach you what to do and what not to do. So it taught me how not to treat my staff members, how not to treat those who I come into contact with on a day-to-day basis. And so again, today, I want you to sit back and reflect. What are you telling yourself? Even if you're telling yourself, I'm stuck, I want you to ask yourself a question. Is this true? Like, are you really stuck? Or is it a lie that's actually keeping you trapped in this toxic situation? Are you afraid of the unknown? Are you making excuses for somebody else's behavior? I had an individual come into my office who had experienced trauma as a child. And it looked something like this. 4 years old, mom in a fit of rage hit the child. The child is bleeding. Mom comes over. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. The child now is getting what they always wanted from the mom, that love, that attention. And so now the child grows up and the child associates pain with compassion or with love. And so now they're in a relationship, the person beats them, and then the person comes back, oh, I'm so sorry, you shouldn't have did this and that. That is learned behavior. And I want to tell you, if you're in that situation, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Like, you don't deserve to be treated any type of way. So I want you to really seek professional help, really get underneath the root of why you feel stuck, why you feel trapped in that toxic situation. I could not stay. I could not stay. The pain of remaining the same outweighed the fear of change, and I had to move. And when I tell you, it was the best move that I made. So the fear of the unknown is just a smokescreen. It's just a smokescreen. It's the lies we tell ourselves that keeps us stuck. Being emotionally and mentally manipulated, oh, we can see the signs. We just got to pay attention to the limiting beliefs that we're telling ourselves. And I really encourage you to journal it. Put it in the notes on your phone if you're afraid that somebody is going to find your journal. Seek professional help. But by all means, don't stay. Don't stay. Don't stay in that same situation. Now listen, I'm not saying pack up your bags and just leave. What I am saying is don't allow yourself to stay in a toxic mindset, in a defeated mindset that's actually causing you to accept less than what you deserve from anybody. Don't stay there. Because here's the thing. We teach people how to treat us. And the longer we stay, the more and more we're going to be treated as if we are not worth the treatment that we really deserve. So the question is, are you ready to sit back and reflect on the reasons you previously stayed in toxic situations and why you're currently staying? And then ask yourself, are you loving somebody else more than you loving you? Are you the one that's actually manipulating you? When you have the answers to those questions, I want you to leave it in the comment. I want you to like and subscribe and continue to follow, because again, I really want to help you go from feeling stuck, overwhelmed, trapped in life, right? To helping you realize that, guess what? My freedom is literally tied to the next thought that I have. My freedom is helping you identify those blocking beliefs that's actually keeping you stuck. Could it be that you're actually manipulating you? Maybe it's not your partner. Maybe it's not your boss. Maybe it's the lies you've been telling yourself. Even if the lie is, they will change. Even if the lie is, they will change. So listen, I hope this resonated with you. And if it did, I want you to leave a comment. Let me know which one of these are actually hindering you from making a move. Is it the fear of the unknown? Is it being mentally and emotionally manipulated? Or is it limiting beliefs? The things that you're telling yourself. And join with me on this journey. I'm here to help you with practical steps and principles to help you identify the lies we tell ourselves and how we can overcome them. So again, I'm LaShawna Alfred. I'm a licensed trauma therapist. I've been in the field over 15 years, helping individuals break free from limiting beliefs that has kept them trapped and stuck in a life that's not worthy of what it is that they desire to do. So, continue to watch. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you will be alerted when I come on and I post videos. I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in.